What up? Welcome to Third Coast Sports TV. I just had to do a king and his challenge for me to send him some evidence about the NFL draft that just happened this past weekend in terms of players who were falling. I'm gonna wait for a few of you guys to go ahead and call in, and because I want everybody to check out the link that I'm gonna end up putting in the description once this video is uploaded. Make sure y'all guys share this. With if you have Twitter, make sure you share this on Twitter to Seth Payne because I'll be calling him in the morning to go ahead so we can talk about how guys and how teams were valuing these guys when it was evident that specific positions and players were just dropping, and my mock drafts and things that I had been keeping up with over the last couple of months, along with everybody else in the roundtable. Shout out to everybody in the roundtable. Um, what I'm gonna do, I'm going when this video is over, I'm gonna post a link into my description box so y'all can go ahead and check out the interview that I mean not the interview, but the call I had on Radio 610 this morning. I appreciate y'all coming through. So what I did when I called in, I made the points that guys that we ended up getting in this draft, who was a couple of picks that we made, were very questionable picks, and I mentioned specific names. I had mentioned Anthony Averett. I remember I mentioned Fumagalli, Ian Thomas, Alex Kappa, and I didn't get to mention everybody else. Of course, guys like Josh Sweat, um, and Mark Andrews, who Landry Locker on the show, he liked, and he was upset the fact that the Ravens. I forgot, was it the Ravens? Yeah, it was the Ravens who ended up getting Mark Andrews later on in the third round before our third pick had even happened. So we were, unless we would have picked him up at that second pick, it was no way we probably would have been able to get him. But the way that the draft and Orlando Brown fell, Mason Cole fell, Note Boom, he fell. Quentin Meeks fell. Josh Sweat fell. Um, who else fell? It was so many people. Deshaun Elliott, he fell. Armani Watts, they fell. Ronnie Harrison and Justin Reed, who were two heavily touted first round picks as safeties, fell all the way to the third round. Justin Reed went first, and Dorrance Armstrong. Y'all keep the names coming. Keep the names coming because we're going to go ahead and we're going to make sure that the sauce end up getting is just due and that we can be taken way seriously. So I'm going to need y'all to go ahead and make sure that y'all share this video because we're going to make sure that we get the evidence, and I'm going to definitely be calling back in the morning before I go to work to Radio Sports 610. Um, they gave me my credit, but then they tried to take credit away from me because they felt like Steph made the statement that you're too smart if you think that you could look at the boards when we were doing the draft live. This was a live stream that's on YouTube that we're gonna end up sending him the link to, and he can look at it. Yeah, it's a few hours long, but we're gonna make sure that we timestamp it and we start talking about specific players and where we thought they could have went and why they were falling. And we also mentioned how these guys could have fit into our system, and he just couldn't understand, like, how could I be so right about these players when in turn they all failed the way that I know Kiki Kuti would have been. I got like 20 drafts that I just sent to Darren in the chat that he'll end up, because he's gonna end up tweeting all of this information to Seth Payne. He's probably not gonna check it out tonight, which is understandable. When he wakes up in the morning, he's gonna see that we have all the proof that he needs. I'm gonna send him a link to this video so that he can come talk to Third Coast Sports TV. My name is Wink. This is my face. You get to see me. I've called in on you, and you can find out how good my analysis is. All you got to do is ask Sean Pendergrass, Rich Lord, and Ted. I've called in on their show multiple times. Wink from North Carolina. They know who I am. I'm not from North Carolina. I was just living in North Carolina. But they'll know exactly who I am once I mention my name. And matter of fact, one time I actually spoke to you on the show while you were on their post game show when Brock Osweiler was raising hell with the Texans. So There were plenty of guys who were falling, who Arden Key. I understand guys like Antonio Callaway, and one thing that this team really needs to get away from is drafting a bunch of good guys. We need to take some guys, and even in your podcast right before you had even really taken my call, you were talking about guys that, and we all know the reason why they're not here is because of Bob McNair. We know what this franchise is, but that's the reason why we'll never get over the hills, because we don't have any goons that really make noise on this football team. We have entirely too many good guys, or at least guys that could be perceived as good guys. And even evidence on Hard Knocks from Mike Vrabel said, like, we're the softest fucking football team like in the league. Like, we're just soft. Like, we're just so nice. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew it wasn't no green. He didn't make that statement for no reason. So this is for Seth Payne. This is for, it's no shot or anything like that, but I had to go ahead and make this video because I something told me to just go on iTunes and go see if anything had been loaded, because every now and then y'all will load up a podcast, an episode that'll actually have a caller call in, and it just so happened that old Wink, of all people, and I was the last caller of the day, they ended up loading the show up with an episode that I'm gonna share in the link in the description that you guys can check out if you didn't hear the call this morning when y'all were headed to work. This is gonna conclude my video. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna send a few things to Seth Payne. Be on the lookout for a tweet or a DM from Darren Davis if this video makes it to you, Seth Payne. If you feel you want to respond, you can leave a response on my YouTube. And if you really want to get a little bit more thorough analysis without any commercial breaks or anything like that, you're always welcome to come in on Soft Sports and check us out. And if you need to reach me, reach out to Darren Davis, because I don't have a Twitter at this time. As a matter of fact, I already DM'd you on Instagram because I saw you had one. So I sent you some things on there. If you don't check your Instagram, go on your Instagram if you want to reach out to me personally. We can have a discussion. If you want me to call in your show, we would love to have you on our show and we could talk about some things. So we love to have you on the round table on Soft Sports, along with our host Ed Honcho. And the rest of the guys that are in the round table, including myself. And if you come in the show, we'll introduce you to everybody else properly. So I appreciate y'all letting me come on your show and you taking my call. It was too short, I feel, but you guys got commercial breaks and things like that to take care of. But if you come on my platform, it won't be any commercial breaks. We could talk about it thoroughly. I can give you all of my analysis in detail, because I know if I call on your show in the morning, I'm not gonna have nowhere near the amount of time it's gonna take to explain and positioning everybody that could have fit this system and how they failed to other teams that were well within our position. I appreciate it. I'll be calling you on your Sports Radio 610 in the morning with you and Mike. Y'all have a blessed night.